Next up, we have Marcel Gamma, the president and CEO of CBDD. Before that, I do want to announce the first winner of our options newsletter lifetime subscription is Edward Deese, Deese. Edward Deese. If that is you, please email events@benzinga.com to claim your free lifetime subscription of the options newsletter. And all you have to do is participate in the polls. We'll do our next one right after Marcel's presentation. Which brings me to Marcel. How are you, sir?
Hey, fine, thanks. Pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. Really excited to have you with us. I know the chat is clamoring to hear from you, so I'm going to pop off the screen and let you get to it.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Elliot and team, for putting this event together. And once again, very much appreciate for your invitation. Thank you also to the audience of investors and maybe potential future shareholders of our for your time today. My name is Marcel Gamma. I'm President and CEO of CBD Denver. We are a publicly traded company trading on OTC markets under the ticket of CBDD. Next slide, please. My presentation will contain forward-looking statements. Please refer to this page on the PowerPoint. I am proud to share with you today our vision, our goals, and to speak about the strengths of our team. Next slide, please. I am also very excited to report that we have recently announced over $26 million in revenue for the trailing 12 months ended by May 2021. And please keep in mind, we launched this as some kind of startup just 2 years ago. In addition, I would like to specifically mention much of this was achieved by our team in a very difficult time. As you all know, much of our growth occurred under COVID lockdowns and massive restrictions for the business. Next slide, please. Let me say a few words about our achievements. We feel we did this in 2 ways. We consider ourselves an essential business, and in difficult times, we outworked our competitors. Additionally, we have been executing on an accretive acquisition strategy geared to drive CBD of Denver to become the world's largest and most profitable global CBD and cannabis company. We have been able to execute on our strategy because our approach is different than some of the big names you know out there like Cannabis Growth. The talents of our acquisition team are highlighted. Our ability to differentiate between making an acquisition for the sake of growth to large revenues versus acquiring a company that increases our global footprint, has cost savings and synergies, and last but not least, seeks to bring growth to our bottom and top lines. We have to say any acquisition done by CBD of Denver will highly be vetted by our team and be designed to add our company's already strong portfolio of products and services and continuously help CBD of Denver to refine and execute on our cash flow positive centric business model. At CBD of Denver, we don't grow for sake of growth. We grow for the benefit of our shareholders, which is the most important topic for us. Next slide, please. CBD of Denver's culture aims to always be an under-promise and over-deliver organization, and we are proud to report almost $3 million in revenue for May 2021. This is compared to the previous months, a growth for more than 20%. This puts us well ahead over our 2021 revenue guidance of $22 million. And I'm very proud of our sales and acquisition team for making this happen, large in part during the COVID lockdown, as already mentioned before. I would like to spend now a few more minutes with you to share our PowerPoint presentation and then open the floor for some questions from the audience. talking a little bit about our growth strategy. We intend to continue execute our strategy of finding additional accretive acquisitions, investing in our strong sales force, and we are currently focused on high growth market in Europe. We are a Swiss-based company. We grow and produce highest quality products according to the well-known Swiss standards, and we are very proud of Switzerland's long heritage of using CBD to help people. Next slide, please. Recent deregulation in Europe and reclassification of cannabis as a non-narcotic by the UN have opened the door to high growth potential and put us ahead as an advantageous early mover in the legal CBD and cannabis markets in Europe. Next slide, please. Why invest in us? We are trading at historically low price to sales metrics under 2 times our trailing 12 months revenue, under a $100 million valuation. Next slide, please. I know we are not Cannabis growth yet, but we don't have hundreds of millions in sales yet. So Cannabis growth trades at 20 times of their revenues. We also don't lose hundreds of millions in dollars, and if we, CBD of Denver management, have our way, we always will have to strive, be a high growth, profitable company with full transparency, and we are working very hard to transition to a more senior US trading exchange. We also offer a high degree of liquidity, and our shares trade in OTC markets many millions of shares each market day, sometimes north to 100 million. Next slide, please. So we hope you invest in us today and join us in our long-term vision to be part of something special. Our stated goal is to be one of the leading CBD and cannabis companies in Europe, and we strive to be a potential leader of the CBD and cannabis public companies globally one day. Next slide, please. I would like now to open the floor to the audience, and I'm happy to answer some of your questions.
All right, Marcel. Nice and efficient. I appreciate that. Fantastic. So are you calling in from Switzerland right now?
No, I'm abroad. I'm in Hungary for business.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Well, you're still ahead of us, so I appreciate you hopping on the call so late. So, for me, I'm curious, looking at the competition level in Switzerland specifically, are you the market leader there right now?
Let's say we are one of the leading companies here, top 3, somewhere in the top 3. It's a little bit, it's not so easy to compare all the figures because not all of the companies here are publicly traded, let's say a public company like we. And so we have not the full transparency as we have to provide to our shareholders and clients and investors.
Fair enough. So we have 3 questions along the same line here, but it's really about a potential uplisting. Are you able to give any insights into that?
Let's say
the US audit?
Yeah, we are currently working hard on the US audit. We know initially it was planned to have it done by end of May. We are still well on the way, but it took a little bit longer than initially planned, not because we have some issues, but it's just, let's say, we moved so fast with business. We had so much, let's say, improvements and moving forward stuff. So it took us a little bit longer to bring all the data up to the auditor. But we are well on the way, and we are quite confident that we will really have it finished in the next probably 1 to 2 weeks, hopefully.
Fantastic. Here is one as well. Oh, not that one. Sorry. We got a new comment as that. On the pilot program, Switzerland's pilot program. I'm personally not sure what this is referring to.
Yeah, there are some pilot programs in Switzerland for to give to legalize THC. and this is going on, is on the way. We are in process to get also one of these licenses to legally provide THC to dispensaries and pharmacies and let's say patients here in Switzerland. And this is let's say on progress.
Fantastic. So, M&A seems to be a pretty large part of your growth right now. If I'm not mistaken, are you able to comment on the strategy of who you're acquiring first? The next, I'll say 3 companies that you're in negotiations with. I know there's probably some compliance you can't speak to there until things are signed on the dotted line. But I'm curious if you can talk about the strategy you're taking with this M&A, what you're looking for in these companies.
Yeah, for let's say we have 3, as already mentioned, we are always looking on a creative growth strategy, which means we are looking for companies which are completing our footprints, our setup, and let's say are making some additional benefits to our company and to our shareholders. This could be, for example, going into some kind of specific markets geographically, or also, let's say, business specific. Like we are currently under negotiation with 3 companies. Let's say with one we already have let's say started the due diligence process about 2 weeks ago. We are quite well on the way on that, and we are, let's say, confident that we can make some kind of official statement on this in the coming 1 to 2 weeks.
Fantastic. My last question has to do with the impetus behind the CBD social network. I'm curious how you see this growing with you alongside your business. Does it help? Does it help you? Do you grow parallel to each other? I'm very curious as to your expectations with that part of your business.
This is, let's say, the CBD social network is mainly really a platform to exchange between people interested in these topics and share information and share, let's say, news about this. It's in some cases it also helps to find new markets, maybe new interesting contacts, but it's really mainly an information platform, very open, not primarily business driven. It's more really exchange and let's bring together people interested in these topics and share information there.
Educational, if you will.
More educational related, yes.
I love that. That's such an interesting way to attack multiple markets that you have the chance to enter as a company. That's really cool. Marcel, one last question from the chat here. Is the new location fully up and running?
No, it's not fully up and running yet. So we have some final, let's say, renovation work to be done. The warehouse and production is up and running. Office area mostly working very properly. We are now preparing some kind of, let's say, we are building up a new call center to further force the European markets overall. And we are also building some kind of customer area where we have some kind of product showroom and also some kind of reception where we can do some kind of small client events.
Fantastic. Awesome. Marcel, would you like to leave our investors with any last thoughts, any last maybe why they should invest or be interested in CBDD as an investment opportunity?
So I think when we look back what we have been able to achieve over the past 24 months, so I would like to say, and I'm very, very proud of our team, which made this possible. We are really moved forward. Even we had a very, very heavy time, COVID, especially in Europe. Most of the countries have been in a lockdown, in a heavy lockdown. We are almost not able to do business abroad, but we found some solutions. We find some ways to, let's say, continuously increase our revenue. Let's say almost achieving 3 million in the past months, trailing more than 26 million over the past 12 months. So I think we have been shown that we even in strong, let's say in a strong situation, we are able to achieve our goals or even overachieve our goals. And we are very confident that we will continue this way, and we have a very motivated team, management team, and also a staff team, which is let's say driving together this project or this let's say baby forward. And I love to work with these guys. I have here to really say a big thank you to our members of the management team and also to our staff, which at the end of the day made this possible. And for sure also our clients which trust to us, and last but not least shareholders, which is always important. Otherwise we would not be able to do this. Let's say at the end of the day, it's all about money.
It is about a profitable business, and that is why we are here.
And that's where we are lucky that we are that. Let's say we don't made any let's say we made any loss so far. We are profitable.
Fantastic.
Month over month.
That is awesome, especially in this industry. So Marcel, congrats to you and your team on the success thus far. Your trailing 30-day, your trailing 12-month revenue numbers are very impressive, and it looks like they are just going to continuously grow. So looking forward to following your success, and hopefully we'll have you join us in the coming months to give us some more updates. But thanks again for being here.
Thanks again, Elliot, to being with you. Always a pleasure, and I like to join you and let's say sharing information with you and the audience. Always
thank you again. I appreciate that, Marcel. We'll see you again soon then, sir. Be well.
Okay, thank you very much.